Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all excellent. We are checking out the Primo plugin from APFX today, which is a guitar amp sim plugin. There are some built-in effects on here, but it's very much driven by the user experience on here. You can see, unlike a lot of amp sims, they haven't gone for a skeuomorphic style UI on here where you have a big picture of an amp, but the virtual knobs are like this big. So you got two channels in here, channel 1 for cleaner stuff, channel 2 for dirtier things. These aren't based on any particular, say, component-based modeling. They have used some AI in there to create what they call dynamic portraits of a given amplifier. And one really cool thing on here is as you turn the gain up or you turn the gain down, the audio output is normalized, which is a really, really nice feature on there. It avoids the loud is more good tendency that we have on a lot of these style plugins. You can see each channel basically has the same layout, gain and volume, nice big controls so that you can click on them and twist them. Then treble, middle and bass. There's a built-in compressor, a built-in overdrive, built-in cab IRs by Chop Tones. You can easily load your own IRs. If you come over here, you've got built-in delay and reverb. The reverb's a one knob reverb based on a plate style verb, and the delay can either have a digital or analog character and be mono or stereo. Other nice features on here, you've got a built-in tuner and you've got built-in input and output metering. What I like about the input and output metering is the meters change color based on sort of the optimal input levels in there. So if you're playing along and these light up blue, it means you need to turn the input up, hit the red, turn it down. Built-in high and low cut over here, a very kind of slick, easy to use interface, hopefully, as I will show on here. There is a new stage mode they've added, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but we should actually hear this thing first. So DGT into my Little Labs Red Eye DI into the plugin. Let's try this dynamic overdrive preset. I think that preset kind of really showcases the strength of this particular plugin, where it's really easy to dial in changes on the fly. And this normalization with the gain control is awesome on there. A lot of amp sim plugins that I've tried, as you turn the gain down sort of into the clean range, you have to massively boost up the volume on there. Whereas with this, you know, you kind of get the overall like EQ profile right, and then you can just make it really, really clean or add some dirt. The compressor and the overdrive do what you would expect them to do. The overdrive's quite smooth sounding, which I really like. I think it complements that kind of cleaner channel on there. So let's start off on the channel 2, the kind of higher gain channel on there. You can see I was also tweaking this input gain, like I said before. So I'll take that back down to 0. And when you see these meters light up green, apparently that's the zone you want to be in on there. So I'll go to the bridge humbucker. I'll get the input level dialed in, and then I'll play with the gain control on here and the EQ. Let's actually go to the time-based section, just bypass the delay for now. I'll turn the reverb down a little bit. I might even change cabinet IR on here to one of my own. Of course, you can get my IRs for free. Just check the video description. Pretty happy with the lead tone on there. I'll let you hear that at the end of the video over a backing track. But for now, I want to go over some of the other factory presets. I should mention as well that that digital delay on there sounds pretty good in my opinion. And it's kind of got a ping pong thing going on. You can have different subdivisions and you can set the tempo on there as well. I think the reverb's pretty nicely voiced as well. A lot of the time, if you're using reverb in a recording session, you're going to track the guitars dry anyway. So overcomplicating that section is probably a case of diminishing returns on there. But they got the one knob reverb right, the delay sound right, the overdrives. It would be nice to have some extra options in here, especially like a fuzz style option or some kind of pre-EQ, so you could really slam this a lot harder in here. The compressor, I think, sounds pretty good though, and that one's kind of just right. Again, if you've got specific compression sounds you're going for, you've probably already got plugins for that. So let's go through some more of the factory presets. Let's try this funky clean. my one criticism of the way this is laid out is I found that I haven't actually been using this volume control that much, even though it is taking up a lot of space on there. And because that gain control is normalized and the amps are already pretty much in sweet spots on there, again, this one, maybe you could lose it and have a bigger gain control and maybe an EQ section here so that you're not dealing with the sliders on there. That might be one improvement. That's just something that I personally noticed. I wasn't using this volume control a lot, so I wanted to hear how much of a difference it makes right there. The stage mode, which is a new feature in here, basically lets you lay out up to 6 presets in here. So they do have iPad support for this. So if you're using the particular protocol that lets you interface between, say, an iPad wirelessly and your laptop rig, it will work with that, or you can use a MIDI controller on here. So basically you have 6 preset slots in there. So you can go and dial in as many presets as you like, but then for a particular gig, you can come in here and, you want to engage that hard rock lead preset over there. You just click on here, or you use the MIDI controller, and you can save a lot of different scenes in there. So you can actually come in here and select one of your presets. So I could have LT lead over here, and I could have, say, the funky clean over here, and then just engage them. When you do have this scene mode over here, you can still access the time base section, the drives, compressor, and cabinet section, and then the tuner as well. There's a lot to like about the way this is laid out, and I have spoken before previously on the channel, with the advance of machine learning and AI-based capture technology, I think we're going to see a lot more plugins like this, where essentially it becomes all about the user experience that's important and whether it inspires you to actually play the guitar. So rather than spend a bunch of time dialing in an amp, and there's still definitely going to be a space for those kind of things. The Auto Audio 1111 that I demoed recently, I think is kind of the way those plugins should go, where they do things that real-world amps don't do, but they still feel really familiar in there. So for the kind of amp nerds out there, those sort of plugins are great, but then just want to plug your guitar into your laptop or your computer and actually just get a nice clean sound and a nice dirty sound, this will do it really, really well. It's super low on the CPU usage on there. It's 20 euros at the moment as well, which is a great price for something like this. And I think the UI is really the way a lot of these things should go, because it's incredibly easy to use. It's nice to look at. Whether you love these fonts or not is going to be a question of taste, but I think they've done a really, really great job on this particular plugin. Like I said, it's currently on sale for about 20 euros at the moment, so you can go and check it out. And furthermore, for every plugin you buy, they will actually go out and plant a tree, which is a nice little environmental bonus on there. If you'd like to learn more, I'll link their website in the video description. And as always, I would love to hear your thoughts on this plugin. Do you find something like this will be super useful for your rig? And do you want to see more plugins go in this direction in the future? Otherwise, I'll play you all out with the lead preset that I dialed in on here. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.